Hello there, Zombie Studio! Welcome to this modding tutorial for Knights of the Old Republic. Today I'm gonna show you the process to edit the game's textures to create custom assets. So it should be relevant for anything you want to edit, whether it be environment textures, character, equipment, weapons, and so on. So first, let's see the softwares you will need to edit the textures. First, we will need a software to extract the resources from the base game. So you can either use Kotor tool or Holocron toolset, but personally I'm using Holocron toolset. So if you need help to properly set up Holocron, I'm gonna provide a link in the description to another tutorial from me so you can set up this software properly. Then we will need a software to open and convert the textures we've extracted. So the textures you extract from the game are in .tpc format and you cannot open them or edit them. So we will need TPC view, which allow you to both see the texture and convert it to an editable format, which is .tga. Now that we've converted the files into an editable format, we will need software to properly edit the file we've converted. So for this I'm using Gimp, which is pretty easy to use, but I bet you can use other softwares such as Photoshop. Then we're going to need Blender, because in Blender you can view how the texture is properly set up on the model, and if you for instance want to edit only the face of a character, you will see the UV maps in Blender, and UV maps are basically how the texture is applied to the model. And you can export the UV layout as .png with Blender. So yeah, you can see which part exactly to edit. So yeah, we're gonna need Blender as well, and Kotor Blender, of course, which is the add-on for Blender to import Kotor model. I'm gonna link everything in description. Finally, a software that is optional but might be necessary if you wanna add some bump maps or whatever. And this software is TGA to TPC. Usually you can just drop your TGA file in override, but some files are required to be in TPC format, which is basically the TGA file plus some .txi file, which is a text file which will add some custom property to the textures. So maybe it will be like metallic reflection or anything. So yeah, TGA to TPC might be important as well, especially if you want to edit some sorry, if you want to edit some bump maps or whatever. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So let's say, for this instance, that I want to edit a Jedi robe. So first, I don't know what model the Jedi robe is, and I don't know either the textures tied to the Jedi robe. So usually for a character's appearances, we can check in appearance.2da. Alright, and we want to check the Jedi robe. So basically, in appearance.2da, you've got a character. So we're gonna take Bastila here, gonna put it in full screen. So here we've got Bastila, as you can see. So we've got the race, which is basically the default model for this character. So you've got like the aliens and stuff, the commoners. And if you go like in this kind of column, we've got some model A, model B, texture B, model C, texture C, and this is actually a dedicated column for each armor class. So A is naked. If you don't have any item equipped. B is the closings. C is armor class 1. So this is the armors with 4 armor and light armor. D is light armor class 2. E is medium armor class 1, medium armor class 2 for F, heavy armor for G, heavy armor class 2 for H, and PFBI, model I, is the Jedi robe. G is the model for the Revan robes on the Starforge. So, alright, we know that for Bastila, the model I is PFBIM. So PF, stand for female, while M stand for male, and the texture is PFBI. Right, cool, we've got the model, and we've got the texture now. So what we're gonna do is go to core, we're going to extract the model we want. So we know that for Bastila it's PFBIM, we're gonna extract them to our desired folder. Here it's tutorial. Then we go into textures in Holocron toolset. As you can see, we've got multiple sections here. GUI is for anything related to the UI. And we've got TPA, TPB, TPC here. So TPA is the best quality. TPB and TPC are for lower quality in the graphic option. So we're gonna go to TPA to have the best quality as possible. And we've noticed it is PFBI. Alright, so here I want to edit the default vanilla robe, so we're gonna extract PFBI01, and we're gonna extract it to tutorial as well. Okay, so now we've got our model and we've got our texture in tutorial. But we cannot edit the texture right now. We need to open TPC view, so I'm gonna start the software. If we double click on it, you can see that we can preview it. But here I want to convert it to an editable format, so we're gonna left click, hold, and drop it to TPC view. But before dropping, you will maintain Alt as well. So you drag, maintaining Alt key, and yeah, it should create new files in your folder. So here we've got the editable format, so it's pfbi01.tga, and now we can open it with Gimp. Great. So yeah, we can already edit it, like edit the colors and stuff, as you can see. But in this instance, I want to edit only the gloves, and I don't really know where the gloves are, how it's attributed to the model. For this, we're going to need Blender. So I'm opening Blender, then we're going to go to File, Import Kotor model. We're gonna go to our folder, and as you can see, we've got our model here, and we're gonna import it. So yeah, this is basically Bastila robe. So we need to select the part where the end is. So we've got arm left, arm right. So we're gonna select arm left, and on the top, we're gonna go to UV editing. Sorry, it's not the proper texture here because I've opened it. Alright, so you select the object, here it's arm left, UV editing, and yeah, as you can see, we've got the texture here, PFBI01, which is exactly what I have in the folder, and yeah, it shows you how the UVs are done, how the end, how the texture is attributed to the model. So now we only want to edit the end, right? So we're gonna go to the model section on the right, and we're gonna hit slash only to have only the arm displayed. All right, and we're going to select in the screen only the end UVs. All right, so we're gonna hold left click, and we're gonna select as much as possible. Then if we want to add more on top of that, we'll have to hold left click plus shift, and it basically adds the other ones. You can also just do it by a single click if you want to select a single vertice. for extra convenience, I'm just selecting everything more, and you do it, yeah, with Shift plus left click. And you select everything you need. So here it should be alright. We've got the entire hand. So as you can see on the left, we only have the UVs for the end. Do not forget any retice that might hide somewhere, so you have everything. Then on the left side, we're gonna go to UV, just below layout, and at the bottom you can see the export UV layout. So it will basically export only this thing as a PNG. So we're gonna export it to tutorial, it's the same folder as everything. And now we're gonna go back to Gimp. In Gimp, you can File, open a new layer, and we're gonna open the UV map as a new layer. And yeah, as you can see, we've got only the UV maps open here as a new layer. So now I only want to select this portion. So we're gonna go to selection. No, sorry, not selection, but on left, you can see that we have multiple selection tools like rectangular. But what I want to use is this rope here, which is basically selection by end. And here we've got tools option. So you can either replace entirely the selection or add to the current selection. But here I want to add to the current selection. And we've got some additional options here, like here it is to have more oh, sorry, I don't know how to say it in English, but it's just to make the edges smoother, and you can select like by how far it will do it. So usually I just do it by 1, so it's just little bit smoother. We've got our selection here, and we're gonna select everything from our new layers. So here I'm gonna left click, and yeah, just select everything. Alright, I'm gonna take this like that. Okay, so we have selected this, but if I'm trying to left click elsewhere, I cannot add more. I'm just gonna click on the rectangle and click on the rope again and do it for the other stuff. I hope I'm clear by saying all of that and showing it to you guys. Hopefully with visual stuff it should be pretty easy to track. So yeah, doing it for this portion, and we basically do the same for everything. Oh, my bad, sorry. Just cancel this. Left click, left click, left click. Yeah, we're selecting everything. Alright, we're selecting everything. Yeah, so basically it will require a little bit of time for you to get used to the tool and stuff, but yeah. If it were a perfect square or rectangle, I would have used rectangle tool, but here, as you can see, we have numerous edges and stuff, so we cannot use it. Here it could have in a rectangle as well. But anyway, I'm doing it kind of quick, it's not ideal, but we'll get an idea of what it does. So yeah, we're doing something like that. Alright, now we have selected everything we need for editing the end texture. So we're gonna delete this layer with the UV map because we don't need it. And now we've got only the end selected. So we're gonna edit the color, right? Because usually you want to do some chromas. So we have multiple tools. You can see in colors. We've got color balance. So it will erase the default color and replace it with something else. So this tool is useful if you have a portion of textures that doesn't have much saturation or basic colors. So if the gloves were like completely gray or black, I would use this to put some colors on it. Here it is not really necessary because, as you can see, we already have some color. It's kind of brown. So to change this, we go to tint chroma and we change the hue. And yeah, we can already change the color, whatever you wish. You can also change the saturation, like more color, less color. We can also edit the lightness, but there is something better in there to edit the lighting, and it's exposition. You can put more, so it's more light. You can put less, so it's darker. And you can also edit the black level, so it edits kind of the shadows and stuff like that. We can also edit specific colors, so we can go to tint saturation, and here you can select, like, maybe I only want to edit the yellow parts, and change the colors, luminosity, saturation. And as you can see, it only edits the yellow part without editing the other. Here, as it is brown, the main color is red, so maybe I only want to edit the red portion, so same goes here. So this tool is very, very useful if you've got like pretty defined color palettes, so you can only select that. And yeah, that's basically it. If you want to edit the colors, so obviously you'll have to take some tries for yourself, see what's better, how good it looks in game. And something I didn't mention, but maybe you want to edit everything besides the glove. So you can always invert your current selection. So yeah, it will edit everything besides what you've selected. So here, let's say I want some black gloves. So I'm gonna put the chroma to 0, so we have something already pretty gray dark. And then I'm gonna put it a little bit darker by tweaking the exposition. I'm gonna add some black level so it looks a bit better. And yeah, that's how it would go. We're gonna export it to override. Sounds nice of the Old Republic. Override, perfect. I'm dropping the model, not necessary, but here I've edited the model as well, so yeah. Alright, perfect. So we're gonna check in game how it goes, but Bastila should have black gloves now. And yeah, as you can see, it worked. Kind of. Maybe I forgot some parts because there are some brown parts that remain, but yeah, basically it should do something like this. And I think that's it for this tutorial. Like, it's very basic, but yeah. So this was a short and basic tutorial. I know that there are a lot of things that could be covered, but yeah, I want it to remain quite simple for now. I think it's alright. So thank you for following me, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.